Engaging students to become more involved and aware of their learning will help them become self-motivated learners. As our students continue to use online programs, they will be able to speak to why they are using the programs and how they are progressing through regular data dives.
Once a week in your center rotations, it's imperative that you meet with students to conduct a data check. Depending on time constraints and scheduling, your data checks some weeks may be less involved. Data checks are simply conference times where you can look at student data reports from the NWA, Lexia, Compass, or any assessment of learning. As you're creating groups for center rotation, one group will have their reports with them to reflect upon with your guidance. Many teachers use a data reflection document for students to critically think about their report and set reasonable goals. In some schools, teachers are implementing the use of data binders. These binders hold all of the weekly reports and reflection documents for students to compile and chart their growth. After conferencing with students and looking at data, making your center rotation groups is much easier. You can simply group by ability or skills that specific groups of students may need intervention surrounding.
So let's take a look at a data check with a group of fourth graders.
How you're doing in Compass, okay. So the first thing that I was wondering is if you need a little help looking at what your report tells you. So do you want a little help with that? Okay. So first of all, find your name. See your name at the top up here? Okay. So then when you go down on this side here, you can see the activities that you did. You can see the day you did them, and you can see the time that you were there. You can see your score. Can you put your finger where it says score so you can see? And then if you look over here a little further, you can even see how many minutes it took you to do. So what I want you to do now is I want you to look at your report. I want you to see the activities you did, see how well you did on them, and the ones that you feel like you really did a nice job on and you really understand, kind of keep that in your mind. And also the ones that you didn't think that went so well. If you struggled a little bit with a concept or an idea, how could we help you be better at that? So do you need a lesson in it? Do you have some questions that you want answered? And then I have a sheet here for you. And if you take a quick look at it, it says at the top your log for the skill that you worked on. So you'll choose one of your activities here and put that in there. And then I want you to think about what are you doing really well and what do you need practice with. And what we can also do for this section here, so you don't have to write everything, is we can even staple it to it so that you're not having to spend too much time filling that part in, okay? Because after that, we'll look at what are we going to do next week in Compass, okay? So just take a couple of moments, look at your report, and if you have questions, you can ask. Just look at your paper.
Okay.
All right. So Jose, tell us a little bit about what you did really well this week in Compass.
Comparing.
Okay. And it looks like you wrote something here. Can you read this?
I tried.
The predicting outcome?
Predicting outcomes.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't get it.
Okay.
And then the next time I tried it, I got it. And I got a good score on it.
That's wonderful. That is really good that you gave it a second chance and that you were able to move ahead. How did that feel when you did that? I bet. Now, do you have a thought about what you're going to do next week when you get started in Compass? It looks like you wrote an idea down.
I will try context clues.
Okay. And do you need anything before you try that again? Did you try it already one time? Is it on here? You see where you tried it? So do you think you need a lesson in it from me, or do you think that you just need to listen one more time? What do you think?
I probably need a lesson.
Okay. So should I look up some information about it and we can get together and go for it? So maybe before you go back in it, we'll try to get together and talk about context clues first. Okay? Great. Thanks. Can you talk a little bit about what you wrote? Maybe just read it.
I counted by twos and fives, and greater than and less than. I need to practice more higher levels. I think the other ones are easy for me.
So you feel like this is too easy? So that's an interesting point. Everything you did, it looks like you were doing a great job, getting 100% or 90%, which really shows that you're really understanding it. So, what do you think might be helpful for you?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I see you wrote. Can you read what you wrote?
I'm not sure what I need for next week.
You know what? As a teacher, I'm thinking you're doing so well here, but you also expressed that it feels kind of easy, right? We talked about that a little bit. I think I'm going to go in and I'm going to take a look at the level that you're at and see if I can adjust it and make it a little more challenging for you. How would that feel? Yeah? Okay. And then once I've done that, we'll check in again, because if it's too challenging, I don't want you to get frustrated. All right?